Oh, hey, welcome back, everybody. All right, I've calmed my nerves and I've readied myself for round 2 today. But looking at the results from the early games today, what I see happening is I see that Kansas City has been presented with an opportunity here today in this game. I ought to give them a little extra motivation. What they can do today is they can create some real separation on that whole number 1 seed and that stranglehold for that number 1 seed for the playoffs. And how important is that? I got to say that having that number 1 seed, that bye week, home field advantage, I think those are two things that may not be necessary because, we watched Tampa Bay go last year without having any of that. But those are two things that a team that's either ailing or, could use an extra week of rest, whatnot, because a lot of teams are better coming out of a bye week. So I think it's huge. And I think they got a golden opportunity here today to step up and put forth that type of effort that will definitely push them into the driver's seat in the AFC and solidify their opportunity as the number 1 seed. I don't right now. Who can you really compare, honestly? The Bills and the Patriots are in a stranglehold. You don't know how that's going to finish out. Cincinnati plays Kansas City next week. Played a really good game today. You get to sleep in your own bed. Amen, Dave. There's a lot of things about, not going on the road in the playoffs that's huge. Just the level of comfort of being at home is big as well. I know we're getting really close to starting this game up here today, and they're at midfield today. Also, the other thing you got to play for today is you got to play to put a team basically 7-1 out of the playoffs. I think you can eliminate Pittsburgh today due to everybody that is 9-6 right now. It's 2 almost. You can. You would need a bunch to really bring it back the other direction. Look at that. They get Nance and Romo in this game, which I would much rather listen to their play call than anybody else in the NFL right now, except for maybe I like Chris Collinsworth on NBC as well. But honestly, that brings us into this game, and everybody needs to get fired up for Chiefs Nation. Honestly, it's last week against the Chargers. Mahomes threw the ball 47 times, 410 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did throw 1 pick. I don't think you're going to need to throw it that much today. I think you need to establish a running game today. I think Kansas City is going to lean on Clyde Edwards-Helaire today and Damian Williams, I believe, is their other running back. I think they're going to have to lean on those guys today to get them into the offense just a little bit more, stabilize and build their run game a little bit today. I don't think they're going to feel a lot of pressure because I don't think Roethlisberger has a lot of time in the pocket today with Chris Jones coming on the interior. I don't think he's going to have that opportunity to sit back there and wait and throw the ball as he likes. So these are my points, and I don't listen to anybody else. But I think that, honestly, I think that today is going to come down to if Kansas City can manage clock, run the ball, and since they don't have Kelsey, I think they're technically – let me look. Nathan, let's get that up really fast before we start here. I got it right. Yeah. I think my standings will have updated. Right now, looks like they are the looks like they're the 7th seed right now. And there's the kickoff. It's going to go through the end zone. Right now, they are currently the 7th seed, and if the season were to end today, they would be playing the Rams. So as it stands currently, yes. Yes, they would. All right, here we go. Let's see if Chiefs defense is going to be ready to rock here today. I have a feeling that they're going to try to stomp the run out and pressure the quarterback, so pack them in the box. They do got 2 deep safeties to start with. They're going to rush 4, maybe 5. Looks like, and they're going to run with Najee Harris to the outside. They take away the edge, knock him out for a 2-yard loss. They're attacking the ball. Looked like Clark made the stop there. 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12. Zach Gentry gets a start at tight end today. Wasn't used to that name. Roethlisberger is in the gun. 2nd and 12. There's the snap. He's back in the pocket, takes a 3-step drop, goes and throws it long. What a catch by Deontay Johnson. He threw it up in the air. Deontay Johnson went up and got it. Chiefs defender undercut the ball, looking for the pick, and that was Hodges. And Deontay Johnson made a stellar grab there. Tried to knock it away, just didn't happen. Solid play. I think that looks like something they've been working on. All right, it's 1st down and 10 at the 41. Claypool in motion. There's the handoff to Najee. Najee runs into his own guy behind the line of scrimmage and goes nowhere, and they blow it pretty much dead. Gay wrapped him up. Gay and Hitchens were both there. Chris Jones going to the Pro Bowl, defensive tackle. Willie Gay and Anthony Hitchens at linebacker. These guys have really played well the last. And also Tyrann Mathieu is going to the Pro Bowl as well. 2 Pro Bowlers on this defense. That's really nice. Kansas City has 25 takeaways this year. That's 5th in the NFL. All right, 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger is in the gun. No running back. 5 wideouts. He's going to throw it. Nope, he fakes it, lets it go, and underthrows Washington. So it's going to be 3rd and 10. Something affected his throw there. Yeah, you know what? Yes. I don't like Pittsburgh's line, but this Deontay Johnson seems like he's got talent. Let's just see if they can ruin another wide receiver. Because the arrogance amongst some of the wide receivers that they have is just ungodly. All right, it's going to be 3rd and 10. Chiefs got a chance to get off the field here. Let's see what they do. They're playing a 1 deep safety, and they drop Sorensen back into deep coverage. And there's some pressure. Roethlisberger is going to go down. Sack. John Clark gets the sack. The 34th time sack this season. If anyone can, I trust Big Ben. I don't trust Big Ben for anything. Not this year. There's the punt. So Kansas City is going to get the ball after giving up 1 first down. Here comes the run back. Hardman takes it. He's going to turn the corner and get it all the way out to about the 28th. I was mad, Tim. I was screaming, just so you know. Not a happy camper. At the 8-minute mark, I felt like they should have pulled their quarterback out. Did not do so. Oh, you trust that he can ruin a wide receiver? I don't even know what it is. What is it about the receivers that they get there that after they get through a couple seasons that they just think that they're all that? No, I don't think they punted the whole game, Tim. Should have, out of principle, but they didn't. Antonio Brown. Okay. Juju Smith-Schuster. Juju Smith-Schuster was filming TikTok videos on Bengals logo last year. If you haven't seen where that got him, Alex posted a great short of that makes me happy every time I click on it. There's something about the longer they're there, there's a certain level of arrogance that they pick up being on the Steelers. And I don't think that Steelers team is as good as it used to be. So I don't think that level of arrogance is deserved. That cockiness has got to go. Tim, I was just mad because they left their quarterback out on the field at 8 minutes to go, winning by 20 points. And Baltimore had no real sign of life as far as taking away that lead and letting him sit out there and take 3 big hits for no reason. I just don't like it. I feel like at that point, with this season being what it is, you should play all your subs. Because you're going to need everybody next week when you go against the number 1 team in the AFC. Just saying. It's a little cocky and arrogant for a team that hasn't made the playoffs in a few years. You should be humble and respectful. AFC got beat up today. I think it really improved the Bengals' chances of making the playoffs for sure. Because now New England, Buffalo is below us in the standings. So now we're the 3 seed technically, which would change our whole playoff look, which would be really nice. All right, Patrick Mahomes is on the field. In the month of November and December, the last 21 games, Patrick Mahomes is 21-0. That's an impressive stat at the end of the season. Yep, you're right, Dave. And to my best guesstimation, they hand off to Hilaire, and he doesn't pick up any yards. But I feel like it's important for them to get the running game going today. And plus, he really needs some touches and some work since he's missed a lot of the season. 2nd down and 11. Hardman. Blake Bell is going to be an important player today. He's filling in for Kelsey. Let's see what Mahomes does out of the gun. I'm assuming that they're going to hand off again. Yes, they are. Hilaire goes up for about a 4-yard gain, maybe 3. It's going to make it 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. Yeah, you're right. And just because they're still on the board, Dave, they draft them. I mean, that could be it. I mean, if I was a scout, I'm looking for talent, but I'm looking. There's other qualities in a player that I'm looking for. Not saying that I would do any better, but that kind of attitude I'd want to nip in the bud. Mahomes unloads on 3rd down and 7, hits Tyreek Hill over the middle for about a 8-9 yard gain, gets a 1st down. Continue to run that clock a little bit. I want to see Kansas City exhibit ball control, guys. I think that's what time of possession, ball control, offense, keep the clock running, wear this defense out. All right, 1st and 10. They go back to the hurry up. They go straight to the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. Mahomes lets loose. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head. Number 13, Pringle. That's it. It's Pringle. I had Hardman on my brain for a minute there. Hey, yo. What's up, Shelby? Getting into this one here into the 1st quarter. Chiefs need to win today. They can create separation, Shelby. They'll be, with 2 weeks to go, they will be in a really good position if they win today. All right, Mahomes is in the gun, 1st and 10. There is. He's going to let it fly again, right across the middle. And I think that's Blake Bell, the replacement tight end. Everybody's happy to see Bell get a reception there. He's not going to be Travis Kelce, but he's doing some Kelce-like things right now. He went straight to the middle, flashed open, got the ball, held on to it. Nice play. They're going to run they're not going straight to the line. They huddle up this time. 17 on this play clock. They get up to the line. That's 3 consecutive first downs here. 3 different guys getting the ball. That's a good sign. And there's the handoff. Pittsburgh read it pretty well. But Hilaire gets out to about a 3 or maybe a 4-yard gain, somewhere right around there. What up, Shanks? Hey, yo. Rolling into the second game today. I got a little animated earlier. That 4th quarter really wore me out. All right. Mahomes is in the gun. 2nd down and 6. Hilaire moves to his left. And he's going to throw it on the outlet to Tyreek Hill, who's easily going to get the first down. Pittsburgh's DBs are giving them about 6 yards of space. That play right there is going to be open all day long because they respect Tyreek Hill's speed so much. They don't want to get burned on the deep ball. First quarter's just about halfway done. That's 4 consecutive first downs for the Chiefs. Mahomes is looking solid. I look to see a run here. Six on the play clock. Mahomes is under center. It's going to be play action. It is going to be play action. Throws it to Williams, who spurts out. He gets taken down at the 12-yard line for another first down, and that gets them into the red zone to start this game off. While this clock continues to run, that was Damian Williams, who was the recipient of the play action pass fake, and then he stepped out just a couple yards downfield while everybody else cleared open the middle. There it was wide open, and he runs and gets it. He almost gets inside the 10. He gets down to the 11. All right, so we can still get another first down here. First down and goal, though, or 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Let's see what they can knock out a quick touchdown here. It's in the gun and throws it out to Williams on the screen. Kind of really more just like an outlet. Loses a yard on that. Back to the 13-yard line. All right. Kansas City is plus 58 in the last 7 games in first quarter. Pittsburgh is minus 27 in the last 5. That's amazing. All right, it's 2nd and 11. Mahomes is in the gun. He's probably going to throw this one. I can see quite a bit of a breeze today, so that'll make kicking fun. There is that was a low pass to Hardman. So it's going to be 3rd and 11 here. Looking a lot like the Bengals' first drive down the field today, to be honest. Hopefully they don't get to the red zone and fizzle. It is windy. I can see the referees' shirts blowing pretty hard. I bet you that's a tough place to play in January, honestly. All right, here we go. Red zone attempts this season. Kansas City's 48 for 79, 20 touchdowns, but 3 interceptions. Mahomes is in the gun. 5 on the play clock. There's the snap. That's going to be offsides. He's going to get a free play to throw for the end zone, and it's going to be picked, but that's going to be offsides, and they're going to get to replay the down. They've been blowing that play dead a lot lately. I like it when they let it play out. It gives you a chance to throw for that end zone. I think defensive coordinators are teaching, if you come across there and you can't get back, just make contact. and push, because then they'll blow it dead. And that doesn't give them a free opportunity to throw it down the field. Makes sense. All right, here we go. 3rd and 6, now way more manageable from the 9-yard line. 3 wideouts left, 1 to the right, and a running back. There's the throw. It is caught, and he's going to be a yard short of the first down. That will be Gray, number 83. Here we go. Are we rolling the dice in the first quarter? I believe Andy Reid will roll the dice here. I think they want to set a tone here. I believe Eric Bieniemy is going to draw up the right play call, and they're going to go. I would suspect this is going to be a quarterback sneak. I would be surprised. Nope. Hand off to the up back who gets the first down. I like that play call better than the halfback. Hand it to your fullback. Nice play there. Quick handoff to the fullback who scoots through. Almost scoots it in the end zone, but gets knocked back pretty quick. Well, there you go. Now you got 4 plays to get in the end zone. At this point, you can't really take 3 points, right, unless you go backwards. All right, they are lined up with 1 wide out to the right. It's going to be a handoff, and I don't know that he got in. I think they stopped him about the 3-inch line, if there's such a thing. He's definitely close. Let's see. Cuts through the hole. He's down right there. Yeah, he's about to just inside the 1. I think this is huge. I think set the tone today. You got to score a touchdown on your opening drive. Just come out and that's punching them in the mouth. You got to get in there. About 2nd down and about 8 inches to go. Hand off again. Oh, bust off the tackle. Hilaire gets slammed in the hole, but bounces off the tackle, runs to the outside for the touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Hilaire showed some real toughness as he got blasted. Nobody blocked. I don't know who hit him. Don't know who didn't get a block on him. He bounced right off of it and rolled right into the end zone for the touchdown. What a nice play by Edwards-Hilaire. Safety comes in, number 41, just smoked him and he bounced right off of it. That's nothing but strength. What a play. KC puts up the first score of the day. Let me activate my, oh yeah. What a great play. Clyde Edwards-Hilaire just man, he's fired up, dude. Dude, he got blasted. He should have been stopped at the 2-yard line and just rolled right off of it and bounced to the outside and took it in. That's tough right there. That's toughness. Solid play going in. And, the AFC just got really tight today. And I know that a Pittsburgh win today would really keep it snug. I really don't want to see that. I like it. I like watching everybody in the AFC North lose, but the Bengals for sure. I am not really looking forward to playing this team next week. It's so tough because the 2 teams that you follow and you like have to play each other. I'm definitely rooting for the Bengals, and poor Alex. She's behind enemy lines, but she's a Chiefs fan. She loves the Bengals too, but she's definitely a Chiefs fan. It's gonna be a lot of fun next week. The one thing I'm gonna miss next week is being able to be here with y'all. This is so much fun. We have such a blast. My God, that is going to be nuts next week. It's absolutely going to be nuts. They might bump that to prime time. What do you think about that, Shelby? They could flex that game to prime time next week because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, no matter how this plays out now with the AFC, if Kansas City wins today and with a win next week, they could clinch home field advantage. They might push that game. I mean, they would probably let us know pretty quick if they were going to flex it. What is the current primetime game? Washington and Dallas tonight. Alex is looking forward to calling that. She's big on the football team. I mean, that to her, that's going to be Washington's Super Bowl tonight, to be honest. That's how they're going to approach that game. Ought to be a great game. Dallas has come out and said this week that Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott are as healthy as they've been since the beginning of the year. What's going to happen in that game, I'm not really sure. Dallas won at Washington a couple weeks ago. They had it in the bag and then just let them sneak back in. So I think that ought to be a pretty good game. Might be a good revenge game for Washington. It might be their season finale as far as, playing spoiler right now. Because I know they're not out of the playoff race, but they need some help for sure. Yeah, KC. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Roethlisberger is under center. One wide out left, one right, two right. It's going to be a handoff. It's going to be a flea flicker. Roethlisberger lets it go downfield, and it's going to be picked. He picked that ball off one-handed. Ward picked off that ball he grabbed it out of the air with one hand. Did you see that? That's on the highlight reel for the week. He picked this ball. He caught it with two, comes down with one, and holds on to the ball. He palmed it. That's an interception. That's an overthrown ball. Roethlisberger was going back to the same well that he went to with Deontay Johnson earlier on the flea flicker. Kansas City's not stupid. They're playing the two deep safeties. They know that stuff's coming. They know where Pittsburgh's going to try to beat them. Now he got a short field, 49 yards to go. Mahomes is under center, and then here comes 57 unevaded. I don't know if that's going to be a false start or not. They blow it dead. That's encroachment. Yes, with less strength on it, or with more strength on it. He kind of floated it up there, just trying to get it out there. Baker, if he would just set his feet, would be a lot better off. All right, it's 1st and 5 now without doing anything. Down to the 44-yard line. I look for a quick strike, try to hit here quick, try to put some distance in this game in the first quarter. Mahomes is back under center, throws it up the middle. He hits. Oh, it's a fumble or an incompletion. Man, Pringle drops it. He hit him right on the run. That was really close to being a catch and a fumble. Yep, not quite. He caught it. That was close. That was almost a catch. Perfect throw by Mahomes. Perfect throw. 2nd down and 5. Hilaire sprints forward, gets about 3 or 4 yards out of that. So now we got this log jam in the middle of the AFC. We have Buffalo and New England, Cincinnati, all at 9-6. San Diego. There's a lot of them log jammed at 8-7. Oh my gosh. A lot of these is so. Ward. Shelby. Mahomes is there. He's going to outlet it. He hits Pringle again, goes right back to him. Pringle gets it down just outside the 22. Dude, Shelby, you've got to see that highlight. He basically jumps up and one-hands an overthrown ball by Roethlisberger and pulls it to the ground, palming it, not putting two hands on the ball. Solid pick. And they're playing two deep safety, so they know that they're going to try to go over the top. And Roethlisberger, instead of taking what happens, goes right for it. Yeah, Tim, Edwards-Helaire got stuffed in the line of scrimmage, but bounced off of a big hit and rolled to the outside and walked in. 1st and 10. They get a hand. Oh, there's a fumble. Mahomes gets hit. The ball comes flying out. Offensive lineman number 62 catches it out of the air and smartly goes to the ground with it. Wasn't sure if it was a pass or not, and he knows that he can't advance it. 56 blaze a hit on Mahomes. What a smart play by the lineman to take it straight to the ground, because he doesn't know if it's an incomplete pass or if it's a fumble. So he just takes it as it's an incomplete pass or a completed pass. They are at the 25, 2nd and 10. Outlet pass to Damian Williams, who runs down the sideline, gets a block, goes out of bounds at the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. Yes, Dave. I just thought it was really smart because, if he would have treated it like a fumble, he could have advanced it. But since he wasn't sure, he went straight to the ground like he's supposed to. Oh, wait a minute. If he catches it, it's a penalty. So anyway, never mind. He just knows he can't advance the ball for sure. But I think it's a penalty if he catches a pass. Maybe I was wrong on my analogy there. I'll have to look. 1st and goal at just outside the 5. You got one wide receiver out wide right, play action pass. Mahomes has got plenty of time, no pressure. Steps up, throws, and hits Byron Pringle going across the back of the end zone for a 5-yard touchdown. That's 14 quick points. So there you go. I really feel like with a loss today, they can effectively end. I think they can effectively end Pittsburgh's playoff chances today, or put them down to the very, very, very end of it. Extra point is up, and it's good. Kansas City's got a 2-touchdown lead. Yeah, you know what? Points off of turnovers and turnovers. Takeaways is what I look at. What do you do after you get the ball? Look at Green Bay yesterday. 21 points off of 3 turnovers in the first half. They didn't have to score on a regular offensive possession the whole game. Until the second half, they didn't do it. All right. Well, so far in this first quarter, got exactly what we needed out of this. Yeah, so Kansas City would be they would move to 11-4 if they win today, which wouldn't quite let them clinch next week, I don't think, with a win and a Tennessee loss for sure. But they do have a little separation now, and there is also underneath Tennessee, there's 4 teams at 9-6. Pittsburgh, as it stands right now, with their record being what it is, are the 7th seed in the AFC at 7-6 by win percentage. 7-1 would take them down to just above Cleveland, which is just below Denver. So that would be 8, 9, 10, 11. That would make them the 12th or 13th seed. Yeah, Green Bay didn't have to. They just showed up, man. Baker Mayfield said, "Here, Merry Christmas, Aaron Rodgers. Here's 3 interceptions in the first half. Go down and break your record. I want to watch." It was about that bad. No, Puppet. Chiefs just started playing, but they're up 2 touchdowns. I'm just I'm going through here if they win. Right now, with 14 minutes gone in the first quarter, is a 14-0 lead. Ready to kick off again. The Browns know the pecking order. Yeah. All they were saying is, please come play with us next year, Mr. Rodgers. Please. And he takes a return from about the 8, gets it all the way out to about the 20. Not much on the return. Good coverage by the Chiefs. And we will start over again here in just a second. Patrick Mahomes is tied with Trent Green for the most touchdown passes in Arrowhead of all time. 62, but it took Trent Green 46 games to do that. Patrick Mahomes did it in 30. All right, here we go again. Let's see if Pittsburgh can move the ball. You know what you don't see much of in Arrowhead? Not that many terrible towels. There's the handoff to Najee Harris. He goes to the left, breaks it to the outside, gets a little bit of a lane, but it closes immediately. Willie Gay's basically saying he's shaking his finger before the whistle even blows. Who the hell is Bill Kenny? Probably somebody from the 60s, I would assume. But I did not know that name, so I was looking at it kind of funny too, Dave. There's a pass. It's a little screen play. It's going to break loose for about 11-yard gain and get a first down. That was Deontay Johnson again. I don't even know what Adam Sandler reference you were talking about, Tim. Not sure. I'm laughing about other things. First quarter comes to an end. Pittsburgh's down 2 scores. Yeah, I'm all. This game today with Cincinnati really improved my my brain. They needed it. Yeah, I mean, last year Cleveland got revenge on Pittsburgh in the playoffs. I just like it that, this game next week is going to be really tight between Cincinnati and Kansas City. It's going to bump up. It's going to have a lot of importance for both teams. So let's see. I'm sitting there trying to figure it out. 7 and 8. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, there's no chance that they can wrap up the division next week with a win, but Kansas City is getting really close to wrapping up the number 1 seed. If they would have had that win against Tennessee, I love the game stats commercials. I like the catch probability and all that stuff. Oh, man, I just saw some Buffalo stuff. I'm hungry. Now the general suck of the Steelers will prevent even referees' interference from helping. Yeah, I just can't understand them. You know what? I just think they're a well-coached, horrible team this year. Does that make sense? You just went to commercial, Nathan? Oh, my gosh. How can your TV be behind mine? I'm at the State Farm commercial with Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. And I should be coming off commercial, to be honest. Back to the stadium. All right. Hey, there's a Steeler fan. He's just sitting there on his boat, on his phone, being quiet. There's a Steeler fan. You know, they snuck a few in. There's some Steeler Grinches. See you, Miss Kathy. Thank you, dear. All right, here we go. Roethlisberger's under center, 1st and 10. Looks like it's going to be he's going to throw the outlet to Najee Harris, who's going to get about 6 yards. Now they're highlighting Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator. Oh, you're watching from Hulu Sports. Yeah, you're going to be about 18 seconds behind me at least. But the stream delay helps you a little bit. There's nowhere to go that time. Harris gets stuffed. They're showing the difference from the first 7 to the last 7. They've cut their points allowed down 16 points a game in the last 7, plus 10 in turnovers. Almost picked off. Oh, there's going to be a flag right there. They better throw it. After the play, the receiver just come up and blasted the defender, but they didn't throw a flag. I want to see this again. They're not going to show the end of that play again. All right, that makes Pittsburgh have to punt. Listen to Jane Snow commercials. Heck yeah. And there's that ball is going to make it into the end zone on the punt. Hardman let it go. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 25. KC, can they score another one here really quick? Blow this game out of proportion really fast? And then you come in, when Alex gets home, come in the second half and just have goof-off conversation. She likes that for sure. How many of y'all are in your playoffs of your fantasy leagues today? I'm in my second week. I've just jumped up to a 97% probability. I think I got mine wrapped up. He's got 2 left with 2 going now, and I got 1 left. But anyway, I'm going into the finals for sure. Pretty stoked about that. I was hoping that I would be playing against Alex, but let's see how she's doing. She's down a lot. Yeah, James Robinson from Jacksonville going out today really put a damper on her for sure. All right, so that looks like that's going to be done. Shelby's got a pretty dominant lead in hers. And she's going to play Amanda again for the consolation bracket, it looks like. Oh, my gosh, let's get on to this game. They need to roll. All right. Some reporter asked Bill Belichick if he had any New Year's resolution. The look on his face was priceless. Yeah, Belichick can't really hide much. Oh, yeah, I know. That's another thing, too. That's why I've got my lineup really diverse. I'm always scared of that aspect of it. All right, here we go again. 13. Let's see if they can burn a little clock and get another score here. Mahomes is under center, 2 wideouts left. Tight end and a wideout right. It's going to be a handoff to Damian Williams, who cuts back through the middle. He's going to push forward for about 8 yards. Yeah, they're showing how wide open these guys have been. Oh, it's probably going to be bad, Dave. I'm just going to say it right now. Wink will probably be back in here before halftime just so that he can talk smack. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 2. There's the snap. Mahomes is actually burning a bunch of play clock, and they throw it over the middle to Gray, who's the other tight end today. Him and Bell are trying to make up for the absence of Kelsey today. Raiders go down the field. Looks like they got an early touchdown against Denver. They definitely need to win today to stay alive. All right, Mahomes is under center. Play act. Nope, he's going to hand it off. Williams got another big hole, just gashing right up the middle. Gets about 13 yards on that play and another 1st down. Here's another. Oh, that's the first. I thought we were seeing the same play, or we're seeing a new play. Here it is, 1st and 10 from the 46, 47. Mahomes under center. He hands it off to Williams again. Until they stop it, they're going to keep running right up the middle. Gets about 7 yards on that carry. Rashad Penny got a 3-yard touchdown run in the Seattle game. Second and 5. Mahomes is in the shotgun. Throws underneath. He is going to burn this underneath route up until they take it away. He will take 4 yards a catch or a play and let this clock go. Because now guess what? Teams respect their deep ball. They're giving him the underneath routes when they're winning like that. So why not just sit there and take it and burn clock? Here we go. So now it's a manageable 3rd and 2. It's got a 3 wide receiver bunch to the left, 1 to the right. Halfback runs out for the pass as well. Steps up in the pocket and hits Hardman, who's got a lane. Oh, shoestring tackle by number 21 saved a much bigger gain there, but he's going to be down close to the 20. Yeah, Dave. I'm not listening to any of the commentary. What happened to him? Did he hurt himself? Yeah, because TJ Watt, he's on the field, I guess. All right, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. It's going to run play action. There's going to be a hit on Mahomes. He lets it go deep. Just a little bit overthrow. Number 19, that's Josh Gordon. Man, Josh Gordon is a big dude. cracked ribs. All right, 2nd and 10. Hands the ball off to Damian Williams again. No, that's Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's going to get half of it. He will get 5 yards. You know, this is where I like it when teams call this 4-down territory anyway. I would run it again here on 3rd down and then go for it on 4th. With a 2-touchdown lead and nothing really in sight. Dude, I wouldn't, cracked ribs is a hard thing to play with. I don't know why you would do it. Especially when you get knocked around. 3rd and 5, there's a snap. Sets up, running around in the pocket, nothing doing. Steps up, lets it fly, and it's incomplete off the hands of Josh Gordon. 4th and 5. I don't know. They didn't get any yardage there. They probably should kick the field goal. Mahomes had all the time in the world there. And just about completed that. Just off the hands of Gordon. All right, here goes the field goal attempt. Elliott Fry. Oops, smoked it through the uprights. Yeah, it is really windy. Butker on the COVID list, I assume. Didn't see that. I don't listen to a lot of that stuff, so 17 points yeah, it is a windy game there. Really great start for Kansas City today. No real sign of life out of Pittsburgh. They're not getting a whole lot, so back up on here on some scoreboard stuff. Ooh. Las Vegas has still got the same 7-0 lead. Seattle's up 7. There's only those 3 games on the 4 o'clock hour today, so it's going to be really weird next Sunday not being in here at all. What's up, Miss Mary Monarch? How are you doing today? Did your spidey sense kick in and realize that it was time to mess with me a little bit? I could do that. If I saw what that dog did when I wasn't in the house, I might want to kill him. I don't like when my camera gets out of focus like that. So one thing I don't like about that Logitech webcam that we use, the C920, it has a tendency to get out of focus for no good reason. It's like there's a drain on the power supply on the computer and it causes you to go out of focus or something. I don't know so much about good. I would say that Pittsburgh's offense has been horribly bad and they haven't given them anything for free. So it's been there doing what it's supposed to. The interception was excellent. That was off a mistake. That was off of Baker Roethlisberger. Or was it Ben Mayfield? I'm not sure which. Yeah, and they did manage to burn some clock there. Half the quarter is just about gone. I think Pittsburgh really needs to step up here, or we're going to be talking about everybody's favorite, New Year's rituals and stuff like that at halftime or third quarter. Wood kicks it fairly deep. He's going to let that one go out of the end zone. They're going to take off at the 25. It's been 2 games like this today so far. Maybe Alex will get the barn burner, the really tight, close game tonight. Roethlisberger is on the field. He's in the gun. Najee Harris is to his right. 2 wideouts left, 2 wideouts right, 1 left. Looks like the Chiefs are going to rush 5. They send a safety deep. They run the ball. They get some push. Najee Harris has a lane. He's going to get a first down and more. Gets outside for about an 18-yard gain. No, Robert, she's at work. She will be here shortly. Bengals won today. That's what we were in earlier. Yeah, Mary, I know. We'll find out if you was right. College bowl game week. I hope you were wrong as can be. First down, Najee gets a good push, gets about 4 to 5 yards. I don't want you to be right on the bowl games. I want to be right. Pittsburgh has been outscored in the first half this year, 91-9. In the second half, they've outscored their opponents 68-35. I look forward to it, though, Mary. I want to see how it turns out. Here we go. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. Roethlisberger is in the gun. Chiefs are sticking with the deep safety for sure. And they blew that play up. They lost 4 yards on that play. Read it right off the snap. Nice play. Yeah, he almost taunted. You know, instead of taunting those guys, what you ought to do is you ought to just help them up. Ask them if they're okay. Tell them nice play. Good job. Offer your hand to help. I think that's even better. Throws it over the middle. What a nice catch by Chase Claypool. Sunk one down about 25 yards downfield. What a throw. Well, the throw was pretty ugly, but Claypool bobbles it. The deep safety must have thought he had a chance at the interception because instead of hitting the guy, he went for the ball. That would have been Sorensen. There's the throw. Claypool makes another outstanding catch. Phenomenal catch against Ward. I don't even remember what. Where's the fun and what, Puppet? 1st and 10. Roethlisberger throws it over the middle. It's tipped up in the air, almost picked off by Gay. That wind is something. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. They are in the red zone. Throw the ball, and it's dropped by Deontay Johnson. Hits him on the hands and doesn't do it. Ronnie Lott would have broke him in half and took the penalty. It wouldn't even been a penalty when Ronnie Lott played. Ronnie Lott was scary when they played him. I call that in that free safety position, which is the guy that just plays center field. He hit people so hard. really changed the way quarterbacks would game plan and teams would game plan against them. It's like a linebacker playing safety. All-out blitz. They get the ball to Harris, but he stays contained and does not gain anything. Fourth down. Yeah, Dave, we'd be at a commercial break right now because they've turned the cameras off because they wouldn't want you to see where that safety was playing. He wouldn't have been after that ball. He'd have been after timing that hit, because what's better in that instance than just blasting a guy? They live for hits. Kick is up, and he missed it. He missed the field goal attempt, went way wide. So Pittsburgh comes out of that drive with 0 points, 5:03 left to go in the half. They still have nothing to show for their only decent drive of the day. And guess what? We're going to commercial break for a different reason. Not because somebody got blasted, because somebody sucked. Yeah, Dave, that's just back to the way this game was played before and the way it's played now. That's okay. We'll see. Get your butt in here next week and we'll see. I'll see you Friday. But that's just going back to where we were talking about earlier, Dave. Like with Burfict, Burfict ended up a really dirty style player and had to go. But man, he put the right effort into his game. I'll say that. But he basically secured playoff berths for this Bengals team because he took the middle away from other opposition's game plans. We had really good corners at the time. They were scared to go in the middle. Back when they hit hard like that, when they were allowed to hit hard, there was no such thing as this defenseless receiver stuff. And these helmet-to-helmet hits, it was subject to, if they called it or not. My take on the whole thing is, and you may blow it up a little bit and say that it's absolutely incorrect, and that's okay. And I look at it from a different standpoint. If you're going to get paid millions of dollars to come out and play a game every week, I say the risk going in of getting hit. I say that when you sign that contract to play, that you accept the fact that you may leave this game never walking again. You may leave this game with permanent injuries that linger with you for the rest of your life. You may leave this game not even alive. You may die playing this game. But when you sign a contract to play for that much money, look how much money these guys make. It's astronomical amount of money. So therefore, this stuff about trying to put extra protection in for players, I think it's unnecessary. I think the risks going in. Sign a waiver and go on about it. I guarantee you, every one of these guys would sign a waiver, saying that is not liable for what happens on that football field. Guarantee it. I know that that's probably a barbaric way to look at it, but at the same time, that's a lot. That's so much money that they're setting their families up for life. Every one of them would do it. Frank Gore gets in for a play there. Second down and 2. 14 completions to 7 different receivers today. There's the handoff. And Gore pushes forward and gets it. All right. Nice first down. A couple quick plays there. Added a run in there. I really think Kansas City needs to run the ball today. Let's definitely burn the clock out for this half. That's something I like to see. Kansas City dominating the time of possession in this game. And guess what? And that's the thing. They can strike so fast, they can afford to run it. They don't have to worry about time until you get down to the last minute. That's awesome, Nathan. I'm really glad. Being with family on the holidays is so important, especially especially when you've had family members that have been in the hospital, to just give them some rejuvenation and hope that that things can be fun again and good. I'm really glad to hear that. Mahomes looks like he's going to throw it downfield. He hits Frank Gore all the way down, out of bounds. Did they throw a flag on the throw? Did he cross the line of scrimmage? Doesn't look like it. But they're going to try to hurry it up. No, he was definitely behind the line of scrimmage. Nice to see Frank Gore out there. I hope that's Frank Gore. Hits Gore again. Pretty nice to see him playing their third string running back today. Man, resting their starters a little bit, taking unnecessary hits. Man, that's good coaching. Yeah, it was close. I was looking at it again. It didn't look like he never even really got that close. I was just cute. That is Al Gore. That's Al Gore. Love the South Park rendition of Al Gore. One of my favorite characters that they had. Roethlisberger looks checked out, doesn't he? Yeah, Nathan, Mary didn't get to do much on Christmas because her brother was too busy terrorizing a town of the Who's from Whoville, because her brother's the freaking Grinch. Come on, Mary. I'm just waiting. I know I deserve it. It's 2nd down and 7 from the 8-yard line. Mahomes goes back to being in the gun. 3 wideouts left. Running back behind the line. Hits Hardman on the screen. Hardman dodge steps, and takes it in for the touchdown. Dude, that was a sweet play. Pretty smooth right there. Hardman made a good stutter step, juked his guy, and got into the end for the touchdown. Ran right by him. Good play. I don't know if I think that's a touchdown. It's really close. Derek. They're definitely talking about. Oh, that's not the Gore. That's not the Gore I thought it was. That's not Frank. See? That's so close. It looks like he would have touched the pylon, though. But we'll see. If not, they'll get to burn another play to get in the end zone. Call stands. So they didn't uphold. I mean, they didn't say that he made it or not, but it was enough not to reverse it. All right, 23-0. Here comes the extra point. That one's wide too. My Christmas, we celebrated early last Thursday, Nathan. My parents, I celebrated. My parents are they're COVID scared still. My parents are severely elderly. They're both in their 80s. We decided that, so we were just gonna, approach it. I don't know, kind of nonchalantly. Went to see my dad. Gave me stuff for the kids. Went and see my mom. Same story. We got everybody together for a meal on Thursday. We went out to eat, had a margarita at the Mexican restaurant, hung out, passed all the gifts for, everything. Did all of it that day, and it was a really good time. Got to spend time with the kids and all of them together. And I mean, I've got three technically. Sadie's my daughter's half sister. She might as well be mine. And then I got my son and my daughter, and then Shelby Lynn was there. And so she's my kid too. So I just claim them all. And we had dinner at the Mexican restaurant. We passed gifts and stuff like that. And then it was a really good time. We had a blast. Everybody ate a bunch of food. And then yesterday, I didn't do a whole lot. I was in here because we did all our stuff early. So I had Christmas and Christmas Eve to do whatever I wanted. And it was nice just to kind of get ready to move because we're moving and, get some stuff ready to rock, get some stuff set up. That's why we're taking advantage of the time we can get in here on YouTube because, here in a couple of weeks that may dwindle down a little bit. Next week, we're going to be in Cincinnati for the football game. So we're taking advantage of the opportunity to get in here and have some fun before the season comes to an end and we start having to do other forms of creativity to make content. You want your allowance? Absolutely, Mary. You just tell me what you want. Yeah, all my kids are of adult age, and I still all treat them all like they're 9, and they all love Christmas. It's a blast. I got great kids. I ain't gonna complain, not one bit. Tons of fun. Well, we got 2 minutes to go before the halftime. Derek Gore comes in as basically the third string running back, gets 66 out of the 74 yards on that drive, and goes in for the touchdown. Or everything but the touchdown, I should say. Right now, I'm going to listen to this real quick.
A single AFC playoff berth.
Oh, that didn't help much. They're just talking about the Chiefs standing in the AFC. That's horrible, Mary. Do you own your home or do you rent? I guess you own it since you're wanting a new water heater. Do you got anybody up there that works on stuff for you? Nope. What does the plumber want to charge you to do it? Just curious. Because installing a water heater is not that difficult. Especially if you get the same one. Because they don't change much. Tired of this commercial too. The damn Geico commercial with the baby in the carriage. It's a football. Not one of my favorites. God. I can't take all these commercials. They're just horrible. Yeah. I mean, oh, are you kidding me? Have you called Lowe's about having them arrange it and install it? Most tolerable commercials? I don't know. It seems like I just have to look at the same ones every week. I don't like the Baker Mayfield ones for sure. I would rather watch the State Farm ones over the Progressives. I don't know. It just seems like it's just an insurance company that puts out commercials. I don't know. I just don't like commercials, I guess. I mean, I don't see one and go, oh, that's yes. The Tesla commercial came on, but just to see something different would be nice. The iPhone one with the little girl snowman. Is that the iPhone where she puts it in the freezer? See, I like that one. I do like that one because at the end of it, it gets smashed and the look on her face is priceless. That's great. She does everything she can. It's a gas water heater and it's like $1,500. And is that installed, I guess? Or is that just for the water heater? Yeah, Dave, I got to say, that one right now is probably my favorite. Here's Miss Alex. How about them Chiefs? Pittsburgh doesn't have anything for them, dude. It's like playing JV. Yeah, no doubt. That seems a little high. Steelers are trash. There's Puppet. Yeah, that poor AT&T girl. Lily. Mila Vinlanya, whatever her name is. Gas water heater. That's what I got in the house that we're moving to. They got the camera up in the booth and they're showing. And the coordinators for Pittsburgh is not real happy. 1st and 10 for KC. They've got a short field here. I must have missed something because I was talking. Mahomes unloads, gets it down to about the 21-yard line. Clock's still ticking away. They still got 2 timeouts left. Trying to get everybody to the line, get the right play, and they're just going to let the clock burn a little bit. Who knows? Oh, is that what they did, Shelby? They go for it on 4th down? I would never do that. All right, here it goes. 2nd down and 1. There's the handoff. And he gets stuffed, but he squeaks forward for the 1st down. And they're going to take a timeout here. I understand wasn't paid for their time. Guess what? State Farm commercial. Typical sneakerhead. Yeah, that's a lot to install a gas water heater, Mary. I'm just saying, that seems ridiculous. Mahomes is under pressure, lets it fly. It's going to go out of bounds. Yeah, they range anywhere from the 40 gallons range anywhere from 400 on gas all the way up to 1,400. Must have been false start. Byron Pringle moved. That's amazing. That sucks, honestly. All right, here comes the snap at 2nd and 15. 37 ticks left on the clock before halftime. If they can salt away another touchdown here before half, and he's going to get about 4 or 5 yards back. It's going to be 3rd down here. Looks like about 11 to go. Blink twice if you're in trouble, Mahomes. That's funny. Yeah, Lowe's has an install program too if you buy from them. I just would never pay them to put anything in for me. Mahomes steps up in the pocket, throws it towards the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Right off the hands of Josh Gordon. Witherspoon's out there in coverage, acting like he done something good there. That was a pretty good play. I want to see the end of that again. T.J. Watt come around and just overran Mahomes. He got a hand on him, but he couldn't grab him. Nothing. A lot of good coverage there. That wasn't – that might have been PI. That's really close to PI. I think they have to look back, but I don't think he really hit him. 39-yard field goal attempt is up, and he is going to miss it. So there was a chance for some free points, and they didn't. That was a really tough catch, Alex. I don't know that – I mean, that one against the Bengals today in the end zone, I felt like that should have been PI too. I don't know how you can just kind of bump up against somebody and not look back. What's so bad is my house was built in 1890 and must be people back then wasn't so tall. Well, you're talking about it goes in your cellar, right? Or crawl space? Or your basement, I'm sorry. They just didn't. Most of the basements back then weren't really used for things like water heaters and such. They were mainly used for trying to keep. They used them for a refrigerator and stuff like that. But yeah, I understand you. If you weren't so far away, I'd come install it for you. My basement's the same way. The original portion of my house, I'm not sure if I'm on it or if I'm on the addition, but the original portion was built in the late 1880s. Najee Harris tries to get out of bounds. I think they're going to stop the clock here. Give Roethlisberger one chance to throw one down the field. That game next week between Denver and the Chargers is setting up to be pretty big. Denver and the Chargers. There's a lot of unhappy Steeler fans there that are there. All right, 2nd down and 6. They need about 25 or 30 yards to be close for a field goal. That's going to be a 1st down, and Pittsburgh's going to use their last timeout with 4 seconds. They got a room for a Hail Mary. My husband and son whack their heads going upstairs and going to the basement. I have no issue either way. Did someone say Hail Mary? All right, 4 seconds to go. 3 wideouts right, 1 left. Roethlisberger's in the gun. Just blitz him. He dumps it off to Harris to end the half. They couldn't even slow the pass rush down a little bit. Pittsburgh has not scored a touchdown in the first half in the last 5 games. Yeah, so here we go into halftime again, and it's just been one of those things, absolutely chaos here. Pittsburgh just does not look like a team. Looks like they're quitting. And they're quitting, and they're right now. I mean, they're not quitting; they're just getting beat. But they're in the playoffs as of right now, and they just play like it's over. It's no fun at all. All right. Let's see what's going to happen here. Yeah, I know. Come see me on Friday. When we do the UC Alabama game. I don't really think I have a rat's chance in hell of winning that, but hey, Wink, what's up, brother? Probably not much fun there, was it? I mean, it was fun for a little bit, but now it's just like I don't know, kicking a dead mule. Yeah, Burrow played solid, but I feel that they should have pulled him out of that game sooner. Yeah, it's been tough today. Yeah, no doubt. If I was a Pittsburgh fan, I wouldn't be watching football right now. I'm telling you, I wouldn't care what their record was. Wouldn't bother me in the least. Would not be watching football at all. It's just so horrible to look at. It's not even fun to watch. That game last week against Tennessee was the most horrible thing I've ever saw. I don't know what it is. I don't know how they keep winning it. They must have a great game plan. Can we make it 45-1? It just feels like, I don't know. Yeah, I know that field goal, it should have went in, but what kind of play call was that, honestly? I mean, is it that point of the game already? I mean, do you just want to give away free points? I bet Andy Reid will pull them out. If they're up 30-0, if they're up by 20 points at the end of the third quarter, I bet he pulls the starters, or at least some of them. I was really mad about that earlier. I felt like they should not have left Burrow in that game, and why they kept throwing the ball down the field. It felt dirty. It felt wrong. So not really sure that I like that so much. Fun fact, there are only 2 ways to score 1 point. Yes. Kicking an extra point and blocking an extra point, taking it back to the house. Yeah, no doubt. He's already playing his third string guys. I got that. If they're winning by over 20 points at the end of the third quarter, I really do expect to see some of them guys that have played the whole game, that are starters, that are instrumental, to be out of the game. I don't expect this. I would rather see Mahomes come out of the game. I just don't understand why risk it. And here's another part of that conversation. We've been listening all year, and what did they say? So what was going to be so important? Well, now you're going to a 17-game season. You're going to have to find creative ways to get your guys some additional rest. Additional rest, because they're going to play an extra game. So there you go. I don't get it. I'm probably never going to get it, because it's not what I would do. That's probably why I'm so mad about it, but still. I would love to see Henny get some time in there, because you know what? He's a pretty good quarterback. And you're telling me that he can't go in there and manage a few drives? You know what? Go out there and start a second half. Go out there and play Mahomes the third quarter. But if you're up like you're up now, and there's no sign of them coming back, pull your quarterback out of the game. Save his legs. Save his arm. Yeah. Just please do yourself a favor, and Chad Henne is better than Baker Mayfield. He makes less mistakes. I mean, honestly, he makes a ton less mistakes. Right now, I would take Brandon Allen right now if you put him in the game. Plays pretty solid ball. This game here just looked like a warm-up match against the JV. I mean, Kansas City's backup tight ends, and I haven't even heard or seen Minkah Fitzpatrick involved in anything. He's a pro's pro. I think Josh Johnson played a great game today, really, for Baltimore. 10 days off of being, on the Jets practice squad or wherever he came from. Hadn't made a start, as he made one start this year for the Jets. I think his numbers were pretty solid. I mean, hell, put up 21 points. He put up more points than Lamar did at home. Josh Johnson, 28 for 40, 304 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 98.3. Tell me that ain't solid. I mean, that's all he could do. Here's where we won the game today. Here's the main thing. Mark Andrews had a stud game because Mark Andrews is a stud. Gotcha, Alex. Devontae Freeman, 6 rushes for 17 yards. Latavius Murray, 5 rushes for 12 yards. Josh Johnson, 5 rushes for 10 yards. No run over 10 yards in this game for them. No field goal attempts in this game. Absolutely. The essential, they did not, Baltimore could not run the ball today. Yeah, he didn't get hurt. I agree. And I know that there was some personal gain that he was out there after, and I got that too. But I just, at the end of the day, I just would hate to see losing him for another year if he comes down on his knee wrong because of getting hit. If it's unnecessary. I don't know. That stuff's happened before, and you've seen it happen, and the media may not say anything about it now, but if he'd have got hurt, can you imagine the amount of media attention that would get in a blowout game? Yeah, no interceptions too. That is a big win. But in a blowout game, that would be the talk of the next 3 days. And it's happened before. It's just I don't know. I'm just one of those guys. I don't think you add insult to injury when you're pounding a team like that. Yep, Bengals did have a good day. It is party time. Yeah, look, Jake, if you know anything about me so far from the time that we've talked in here, I'm always looking to see improvement. I'm looking to see them improve, and I feel like that he might be, once he's fully developed, he might be the best quarterback that the NFL might have ever seen. He has that potential, and I can see it. And and I've also seen guys that get their knee tore up a couple times and then never play right again. I don't know. I just feel very protective. Cherry Mountain Dew for Dave. Cameron Gillis, Bengals did have a good day, bro. Queelers and Brownies losing to the Ravens. Yes, sir. Joe Burrow's the next Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton was a game management quarterback and played well under Marvin Lewis because Marvin Lewis had a scheme. But he did his job in Cincinnati. Joe Burrow is somewhere right now in my mind. He's going to be close to. He's going to be close to somebody. I think he's going to end up being one of the better quarterbacks. I'm not going to say he's going to be a great, but I bet you he comes pretty close to making the Hall of Fame. I'm just going to say it now. I think he's got all the tools to do so. Mixon didn't have to rush a lot today, but he played a big part in the passing game. That was solid. Yeah, Tim, this game here is just, Pittsburgh can't move the ball. Kansas City's doing everything they want at will. Pittsburgh, we had an opportunity to really blow it open. Yeah, you know what? Matt Ryan's a pretty solid comparison. May have the same style of career. I'm hoping it's it's with a Super Bowl at some point. I really don't think this organization, as long as he's healthy, is going to let him go. Yeah, Tim, it was basically Pittsburgh couldn't really move the ball, and Tennessee could do whatever they want. Tennessee did not Joe Mixon. They just Pittsburgh just couldn't do anything with the ball. And then at the end of the half there, we missed a field goal attempt there, so and an extra point. So that really kind of slowed it down a little bit too. Contact or contract? Because I know Joe's on a contract year. I'm pretty sure. And then if you're saying contact, which contact are you referring to? All right, looks like we're getting ready to start the second half. Matty Ryan was so good to watch when he was young, and that's a great comparison, Dave. I think that right now that fits. You know, you can make the Matt Ryan comparison. You can also say a young Dan Marino as well. That's really close. Contract. I don't think they're going to let him go. Honestly, I don't think they're going to let Mixon get away from him. I think Mixon's a top 5 running back in the AFC, and he is fantastic at what he does. I think they'll re-sign him. I don't think they're going to have to pay a great deal for him. And I think he's going to stay. What's up, Chica?
I figured I'd stop in real quick.
Just get into the car?
Yeah, I just got to the car.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that, Tim.
Yeah, I almost should have started Joe Burrow today.
Oh, I know. I was saying that earlier. We were talking about it.
Puppet.
Yeah, it's about that. Pittsburgh just doesn't look ready to play at all today, and that's a credit to the Chiefs' defense. KC has the ball at the 25. Mahomes is under center. It's a tightly packed group. They're going to run the ball. Edwards-Helaire busts through for about 8 yards on the left-hand side. I really expect to see Kansas City really work the run game in the second half.
I was excited to see Edwards-Helaire in the end zone today.
I was excited to see that not only did they play their top 2 backs, that they played Gore, and he did really well too.
I've seen a little bit more of Gore lately.
I like that they're playing all 3 backs. Cincinnati did that today too a little bit.
And I saw P-Ryan, but I didn't know who else, if they played Evans.
Evans played some today too. It's going to be third and a very short one right now. Loudermilk makes a stop just before the sticks. If anybody didn't catch it earlier, Denver's up 13-7 in the third quarter right now. The Raiders are 14-13 over Denver. Peyton Barber just scored a touchdown, it looks like. All right, it's 3rd and 1. Let's see what play they call here. And they hand off to the fullback, but there is a flag. It's going to go against the offense, so they're going to bring this back.
All right, I'm going to head home. I didn't realize the second half was starting so soon.
Yeah, it's pretty quick, wasn't it?
That was like the quickest halftime ever.
I know. Don't jinx me. He got who are you saying, Jake? He got me 90 points in a PPR league. Damn.
Yep.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 6.
I'll be back.
All right. Love you. Be careful.
Love you.
Quick stop in. I love that when we go to my scoreboard changes exactly with it. I figured it would mess it up. Here we go. 3rd and 6. Now we're in the shotgun. Mahomes lets it fly down the middle, and pretty good coverage right there. Hardman got bumped by Minkah Fitzpatrick. There's the first time I've called his name today, but he was going after the ball and on a crossing route to the middle. That's not PI. Just missed the pick there. He basically cut off Hardman's route. All right. First punt that I can remember in a hot minute for the Chiefs. And it's a shanked punt. Kind of weird, but it's going to go fairly far. It's going to go out of bounds somewhere right around the 29. Right at the 30. Yeah, no doubt. I hadn't seen him all day. Dave, that you're right, because I don't think that is pass interference. I'm going for the ball just like you are, and you're in my way. I'm not going to pull you to the ground. I'm going to keep making my play, and let's see what happens. The strongest guy wins. And that's the way it should be. As long as you're going for the ball, I give you a little bit more leeway on that call. The ones I don't like is the guy that's not turning around looking for the ball and he's holding on and pushing and whatnot. I don't like that one at all that they don't call when they don't call it. Hey, here's a commercial I've never seen before. Bunch of Honda Motorsports stuff. That's pretty cool. Honda, the power of dreams. Yeah, you know what? I'm telling you, Pittsburgh has played much better football. I know, right? New commercials. Hey, there's one for Symphony Seas. I've never seen this one before. Royal Caribbean. What do we got here? Not sure. Please drink. That's a Crown Royal commercial, but it's pretty cool. Crown Royal water break. Yeah, you know, that's Pittsburgh's strength this year is the second half. So let's see how that plays. Not sure if it's going to play, if they're going to make up any round. Kevin Garnett thinks he can intimidate me into drinking that water instead of Crown. Heck yeah, Dave. Piss on Kevin Garnett. Oh, your new receiver looks like Chad or AJ Green or TJ at this point. You know, T. Higgins has got the height. Man, they got all three things right there, right? T. Higgins has all the height in the world, and he can stretch. Tyler Boyd is speedy, not as tall and more like Chad. And Jamar Chase is fast and has like AJ Green characteristics. TJ Houshmandzadeh is a lot like Boyd as well. Yeah, that's real. Our receiving core is awesome, dude. I didn't know what you meant earlier. I was trying to figure it out. Yeah, no doubt. Nah, give me that Crown, baby. I'm at the bar watching football. I don't need your water. Don't need to take no break. Roethlisberger's 2nd and 2. Lets it go, gets it out. Oh, it's a fumble. Oh, my God. Deontay Johnson just throws the ball to Kansas City. Hey, here you go. Here's a free one. Tyler Boyd, yes. They've got the absolute perfect receiving core right now. Deontay Johnson, you need to learn to cover that ball up instead of throwing it. What are you thinking? Yeah, there's plenty of reasons that just happened. Tyrann Mathieu with the recovery. See? Well, I don't know what it is about Pittsburgh that turns receivers into crap. All right. Mahomes is under center in the eye. He's going to hand it off. Let's see who we got this time. Looks like we got Damian Williams this set of downs. Looks like they just keep rotating their running backs in. 2nd down and 4. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire is out of the game. He's questionable return for a collarbone issue. I don't know that I saw it, but that might have been why he played the first set it down, so I don't know. Here goes Mahomes. He throws it up. He gets it to – which one is that? Mecole Hardman, maybe? And they're going to show the Raiders touchdown. Wow, that's a pretty good run. Wow. Still 6 teams eligible that are in the hunt for the wild card in the AFC. There's going to be another run up the middle. Damian Williams is going to get about 4. Robinson, that's his name. I knew it wasn't Hardman. I know Hardman 17, Pringles 13. I just couldn't think of it. And he's in the gun. He's ready to go. He's going to quick snap it. Gray is in motion. It's going to be an outlet pass to Hardman on the screen, the wide receiver screen, and he's going to get about, 10 yards. Yeah, Tim, hold on a second. I can't see where – they don't show really good angles of the yard line, so I don't know exactly where he's at. He caught it at the 40. Looks like he's going to go about 15. So he should be at about the 25. Really close. First down and 10 at the 27. That's close. There's the running play again. Williams got a big hole. Runs up through and gets about 8 yards. Yeah, it was hard to see. I seen him cross the 40, but that was it. And had to guess. It was 27. Dude, I'm telling you what, there are some big gaping holes in this line. The block scheme is really good for KC against Pittsburgh. Of course, there's Minkah Fitzpatrick there to make the tackle. It is second down and 1 at a long one at the 19. It's going to hand it off to Williams, going around he looks to get the edge, cuts back in, gets about 2 yards. Oh, yeah, no, they're moving down the field. They're in the red zone now, it looks like. Looks like they just got it inside the 20. Damian Williams is just running over people. There's only been a couple times this year that I saw Pittsburgh defense look like this, where they just look lethargic. There's the snap. He's going to throw it. He hits Pringle. Pringle dodges 2 tackles and runs into the end zone. Makes 2 guys miss and gets a tutty. Byron Pringle takes it up to 29-0. I'm telling you what, Pittsburgh is not tackling. There you go, Deontay. That's what that fumble cost you. Whoop. He died. He juked Minkah. And the extra point is good. That wind is cutting that ball. Makes it look like need to make it a 5-score game. 30. It take 5 scores to win. $30-0. Yeah, it's gotten now to when you watch a football game, the next thing that comes up is that you watch the whole game, right? And then you're like, hey, yeah, so then you have to turn on the radio or the news the next day just to start reading injury reports and COVID reports, because it seems like Monday and Tuesday, the COVID reports hits really hard. So now you get to figure out who's not going to be in for the next week. It's nonstop. And then with spreading these games out like they have been, it makes football a 24/7 gig, man. I'm telling you. But Chiefs are running away with it. They're gonna put themselves in position to be the number 1 seed with a little bit of lead in there. It's going to be between them and Tennessee for the most part going forward. Gray and what was the other guy? Bell is the one that got the start today, though. Bell got the start, and he played pretty solid. Him and Gray both have been splitting the reps. Yeah, they clinched the division with this win. All right. Yeah, we've had 2 really absolutely stinkers as far as competitive games go. I really hope the game tonight is a nail biter for Alex. Hell yeah. Cameron, I hope. Cameron Gillis. Bell got the start. I know that much. He was in the first play. So the Steelers threw this game. Sure, they threw it away. Didn't play at all. It looks like they threw it. I don't honestly think that's the truth, but I think tomorrow night's game is going to be really good, honestly. Miami and New Orleans. Yeah, with Buffalo beating New England today, Cincinnati sneaks up to the 3 seed right now temporarily. I know that's all going to change. Next week's going to be a battle. I hope it's high scoring, honestly. All right, let's see if Roethlisberger can muster a score here against prevent defense. And they hand the ball off to Harris. Harris is going to get about 6 yards. .8:33 left in the third quarter. The ball is on the 36. Roethlisberger is in the gun. 2nd down and 4. There's the snap. Looking deep over the middle. He hits number 14. Not sure the name on that. Oh, that's Ray McLeod. Hadn't seen him all game either. Yeah, man. I want to watch Ian Book play. That's what it's about right there. I want to see him play. He has the all-time best record in 4 years at Notre Dame, I think. All right, 1st and 10 at the 42 or 47. Hand off to Harris. He busts through the middle. It's going to get about 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Yep, they signed Blake Bortles just in case because Drew Brees said that he wasn't interested. Shanks. working on getting another bye week. Harris hurdles the guy, squeaks forward for the first down. You can't say Najee Harris does not put out the effort. He's out there busting his butt. He is a good back. He just hurdled that dude. Whoop! Put his hand on his helmet and was there. 1st and 10 from the 35. 6:53 left to go in the third quarter. Roethlisberger in the shotgun. Looking, lets it fly. That was a weak throw to Claypool, but Claypool comes back for it and makes the catch. About a 6-yard gain. Maybe 7. Love Najee Harris. I'm just sad that he's in Pittsburgh. There's a snap. There's somebody else playing running back for Pittsburgh that I don't know who it is. Benny Snell. That's coming back, though. That was a good gain for Benny, but it was offensive hold. All right, 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. 2nd down and 15 from the 40. Roethlisberger's in the gun. I don't know if he can even throw the ball 15 yards anymore without floating it. There's the handoff to Najee. Najee's going to get a room to run. He's going to go for the outside, but he gets cut off there by Snead, and that is honestly a very good containment play. He doesn't necessarily get the credit for the complete stop there, but he gets out in space and cuts him off from turning that corner and getting the edge. I really feel like that was solid. I think the rules are starting to suck, Shanks. I think the rules suck. I think the rules have become just too 7-year-old flag football for girls-ish. Roethlisberger's going to throw it. He lets it fly down the middle. Deontay Johnson is trying to turn with the ball before he catches it. Drops an easy one on 3rd down. Here comes a flag. Probably going to be something for a late hit. I don't know. It's going to be offsides. It's going to give them another play. That's okay. I'll take Chris Jones sneaking into the neutral zone every now and again if he's trying to get pressure. Wow. I don't think that was offsides, but whatever. I'm so sick of the term defenseless receiver. Roethlisberger's going to let it fly, and Ray McCloud makes a really solid catch there against Snead. Somebody's getting a taunting penalty, and I bet it's Ray McCloud because he's sitting there talking to the official. There you go. Hey, you're down 30-0. You catch a ball for a first down, and then you have to get in the guy's face. Yep, he stuck his finger right up under his. He was making the first down point, but he was right in front of him, so they called it. Yep, they're going to hit him with it. James Washington. I'm sorry, it wasn't Ray Ray McCloud. My bad. There you go, Dave. That's 1, 2. That's basically 3 receivers on this team that's done stupid stuff today. Stuff that they should never do. It's uncalled for. No way. How are you doing, Kidder? That is a great fact. Najee Harris of the Pittsburgh Steelers shares his first name with Najee Datij from Power Rangers Samurai. I hope I said that name correct, but that's cool. I was wondering where that name came from. I'm not sure what I thought. Okay, there's a draw play to Najee Harris, and he's going to scoot forward for, I don't know, probably 5 or 6. Dude, that's very cool. I love that kind of stuff. That's what we usually get in here. This should be an 8-yard penalty because the guy's a midget. All right. 2nd down and 4. Roethlisberger lets it go downfield, deep. Nice try by Claypool. Very good coverage by Ward. Mighty Morphin from Power Rangers has the best theme song of any non-primetime show of all time. Have to think about that. That's, I guess. I don't know. I found myself in the shower singing Scooby-Doo every now and again. Scooby-Doo's generational. Oh, Roethlisberger throws it a little bit quick for Najee and goes over his shoulder. It's now 4th down. .355 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 4th down and 4 here. Can Pittsburgh muster? His medal is back. Hell yeah. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Crowd is into it. They don't want them to get it. No doubt, Shanks. There's the play. Lets it go deep. Oh, he overthrew it, but there is a flag. That's got to be illegal contact because he can't catch it. They're going to get the defensive pass interference, but that shouldn't be. It should be an illegal contact because the ball is uncatchable. So I don't know why they're going. I know what they're going to call, but let's see. They call that pass interference, and Chris Jones keeps lining up in the neutral zone. Oh, well, it's at least illegal contact. I guess they ruled that the ball was catchable, but anyway, whatever the case may be. All right, here we go. It's 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line, so they can't get another 1st down. And there's a quick pass to Deontay Johnson, and he almost gets picked off. Threw it behind him. Mickey Mouse could be the best serial killer of all time because of his gadgets. Yeah. When I looked at that again, I didn't really see how he kind of had him by the throat holding him. All right, 2nd down and 10. Roethlisberger's going to try again. Let's see what happens. There's a snap. Looks towards the end zone and does the same thing again. Ray McCloud, he throws behind the cut. Yeah, Dave, I like to call that. Would have liked to call that illegal contact because I thought the ball was well overthrown, but it wasn't as far out in front of him as I thought, or holding, however you want to say it. But that, you're right, it was PI. Mickey Mouse just served Minnie Mouse with divorce papers because she was effing goofy. There's pressure. He throws it up in the back of the end zone. There. And see? Uh-oh. Okay, he's okay. I thought they were going to call that one. Willie Gay looks kind of awkward coming up there. He's limping a little. Chris Jones caused that. Here we go. 4th and 10. They're going for it again. Down 30. And there's going to be another offensive penalty to start this. It's going to be a false start. Number 77. Yeah, I agree. I think, yes. Yeah, now they're going to kick it. They send Boswell in. Cut this down to a 27-point deficit. Back within the 4-score range. I say that sarcastically. $30-3, and it's just but you know what it's getting close to? It's getting close to time for Miss Alex to be back in the house. I need to get some din-din, get ready for this night game tonight, and be able to sit in the chat and ridicule. My problem is that I can't sit here because she streams and I watch it on TV. I can't control my emotions when stuff happens in the game. I'm into it, and I'm 15 seconds or better ahead of her every play. So I can't get in there. What a day of games. It couldn't have been a better day for my AFC North wish list. Got Green Bay to beat Cleveland, which they shouldn't have, but did. Bengals come out and blow out the Ravens. And then you get Pittsburgh getting it handed to them today. We also crept up over, gained a few subs today at some point. Speaking of the devil, there she be. She has made it in finally. Well, kind of. She's got her computer turned on. But it's nice to see her showing up in this 30-3 score today. At least you don't have to stress the rest of this fourth quarter upcoming. I know. I just felt like today was going to have these two games might be trappish. I felt like they looked like they were going to be blowouts, but you know what I felt. How's Miss Candace Malone tonight? How are you doing? Thank you for stopping by. We're in the midst of total domination here today with the Chiefs blowing out the Steelers. Merry Christmas from Mahomes to your homes. Yeah, Vikings lost Tim, so you're in a good state of mind. Everybody's getting a few Christmas wishes here today. I just want to see a head coach do the right thing during a blowout and take his $40 million athlete out of the game. when he doesn't need to take unnecessary risks against a team that is notorious for dirty hits. Am I talking about Pittsburgh or Baltimore? Probably talking about both. Mahomes has played a flawless game today, you all. Just want to point that out because Pittsburgh's defense is not bad. There's very few occasions that they give up this many points, and Mahomes has picked it apart. Running game has been adequate. Plenty of touches for all their backs. Gore comes in right there. Derek Gore comes in and gets a 10-yard run on first down. Tell me that ain't sweet. Gets him an automatic another first down. In my mind, I suspect that this might be the last drive that we see Mahomes today. I'm saying that I would play him until the end of this third quarter if you felt it necessary, and then I would give him a break. Probably won't. There goes Derek Gore again, rushing through for another 4 yards. Texans today, man. What do you think about that? Davis Mills might be the second best quarterback in the draft. Second down and 6. Mahomes is under center. Tight formation. There is the handoff again. And Derek Gore squeaks through for another first down. Picks up exactly what he needed. Keeping that clock moving, coming up on 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Derek Gore, every touch he's got today, he's made productive, so it's been solid. All right. Kansas City is fast approaching the 100-yard rushing mark, which is solid for them. Get a nice mix in there. And we've got a different looking set going here. It's going to hand off again. Gore gets the edge. He's going to cut it out. He's going to get another 7 yards. What a great move just to get outside there and avoid the tackle. Well, I mean, who's played this year, Dave? Honestly. But, I mean, they put him into the fire down there in Houston and not being as highly regarded as the rest of them. But Mills has played pretty solid. I don't know that Trey Lance. I mean, I would say that, Justin Fields is close to that, caliber. But, Houston's won a few games with Davis Mills that they probably shouldn't have won. Looks like that was
What's up?
Yo, you made it. Yay.
I made it. It took me a little bit longer because I didn't have the 8 o'clock stream set up. So I wanted to, go ahead and get that done.
Right on. The Williams runs and gets it down to 3rd down and 1.
I'm going to let you finish this quarter because you're ahead of me. So I'm going to let you finish the quarter.
Sweet. 33 seconds left to go in the quarter.
Yes,
everybody.
I'm at 50 seconds.
All right, it's going to be 3rd down and 1 here at the 46-yard line of Pittsburgh. They load up the box. He's going to hand it to the fullback. He's going to step through, bust it open. Williams busts through for about a 7-yard run on 3rd and 1. There's nothing that Pittsburgh's defense can do to stop anything. So,
what's up, Mary Beth? You're right. This has been a fantastic game. I think I've kind of turned her a little bit, so she's a little bit of a Chiefs fan.
That's okay. I mean, it's you got to have your alternatives. Just as long as you're not a Pittsburgh fan.
But she doesn't like Pittsburgh, so that's a win.
Yeah, my biggest complaint today thus far, and is that I really kind of hope they pull Mahomes out here, is that these coaches or these quarterbacks are staying in these games when they're beyond,
It just takes me back to Saturday with Aaron Rodgers. I think Love should have played at least the 4th quarter. What's up, Candace?
Yeah, but I was really upset with at the end how Joe was trying to he threw the ball 14 straight times in that last quarter there, trying to get eclipse numbers. And I don't like that.
I really feel like, everyone's like Dak Prescott's got comeback player of the year locked up when Joe Burrow's just as worthy and honestly, in my opinion, played more consistently. And like I feel like he's making a push to like win that. And like at that point, Zach Taylor should have pulled him out, but I feel like Joe was like, I want to finish what I started. You've pulled me out of games already this season. I want to finish what I started.
Dave made a solid point, and that point is that last drive that I felt he should have been out. He got sacked and he got hit 3 solid
Yeah,
times.
if he would have got hurt, it would have been.
At that point in time, you got to do the right thing for your future of your team. And then commentators all year long are saying, well, you got to find ways to get your starters rest because of the extra game this season. It's extra, on their bodies, and they have a golden opportunity with a 20-point plus lead, and they just leave him in the game.
Like they've rested him in other games, which we approved. We got to see Brandon Allen, which is good. I like that he's getting reps. He's a stud backup. Like I hope they keep him. He deserves that spot. But also, I want to read this comment. Dave said you missed a golden opportunity to yell sack, fumble, and Mahomes isn't getting up just to mess with her. And I want to say that would be hilarious if he did that to me, but I would be so scared because I've seen that happen twice. And once was this year in Tennessee, and once was last year when I was at Arrowhead in the playoffs, and that man did not get up. And it was two of the most terrifying times of my life.
Yeah.
They were both head injuries.
Yeah, I'm not big on that, but you're right. It would have been. I could have really
funny. Like looking back, I would laugh, but like in the moment, I'd be like,
your heart would stop.
Well, you should have seen my face. The Cardinals Colts game yesterday when they did that punt or kick return, and they did the fake. Byron Murphy took it, but Christian Kirk sold it like he had it, And so everyone was laughing at me in the chat because the whole time I was like, all right, how about those Chiefs? 1st and 10 from the 20 or 39. They run it with Gore, which, like you said earlier, I'm so glad they still kept him. I'm glad that he's getting reps because I've seen him a little bit back and forth this season, and he's a stud in preseason, and I'm happy they kept him around. Burrow does need to learn how to throw the ball away, but like some of the avoid sacks, big plays he made today was like so good. Like it was just so good to watch. I would rather him not, potentially get hit, but I'm with you, Jake. So you got 4 on that run by Gore. So it's gonna be 2nd and 6 from the 40 or 35. Mahomes fakes the handoff. He fakes the throw. Then he throws and hits Pringle for a 1st down. I wasn't sure if that was Pringle or Gordon because it kind of looked like Gordon.
Pringle's smaller. That's what I learned today.
Yeah, I feel bad for Gordon, man. Like he's had a rough outing today, and like I'm happy he's getting all these targets finally. More than one a game if he even gets one, but nothing's just really worked for him. And so, I still think he's a good receiver. He's very T. Higgins like. He's got a lot of potential. So it's going to be on the 13-yard line now, 1st and 10. They hand it off to Gore. He cuts inward and doesn't get anywhere. So it's going to be 2nd down. Also, how about them Texans, dude?
I was just saying that Davis Mills might be the 2nd best quarterback to play this year out of the draft.
I mean, he's done well for having literally no team. Like there was 16 starters on the COVID list today for Houston. Defense and offense, including Brandon Cooks, their best receiver. 2nd and 10, they hand it off again to Gore. Got to be careful because all their numbers are so close because Darrell Williams is 41 and Gore is 40, and all I saw was the 4.
Darrell Williams is 31.
I thought he was 41. But I just want to tell you, you kept saying Damian Williams, and Damian Williams isn't with the Chiefs anymore.
I get the names. I've been getting all – I was calling him Frank Gore earlier. Dave had to correct me.
Now, Frank Gore's busy getting knocked out in combat sports. So 3rd and 9 here. Still at the 13. Mahomes steps up in the pocket and gets swallowed up for a loss of 3 or 4. Looked like Hayward. Hayward got his hands on him. I think that's who that was. I don't know how the Steelers have that many yards. I don't either. Honestly, like, they've been so inefficient on offense that this defense, like the Chiefs' defense, really gets the bye today. You know, they haven't had to do much. Shout out to Elliott Fry. I know he missed a field goal, but he didn't expect to be playing this week.
No, I mean, I didn't. I had to figure out who the heck he was.
Field goal is up and good. The lead extends back to 30 points. Honestly, though, that's what I was saying earlier. What is the evening game tonight? It is Washington and Dallas. So go Washington. And no offense, Nathan, but I got to rep my boys next week. I know they play Philly. But I'm going to rep my boys even until they're ruled out. Even if they get ruled out today, you know, like I'm still gonna push for them. I feel like personally, everything I expected of them this year, all the wins that I assumed they would get, I think that's going to be their season next year. I think Washington's going to come back dominant, especially if they keep Heineke. Unless they, you know, obviously get a star receiver, but I feel like the season that I credited is going to be next year for them. And if they don't get things straight with who their RB1, RB2 is in Dallas and, you know, get the money where it needs to be, they're going to slowly not be as good.
Dallas has determined that they are fairly content with the 50-50 workload between the two.
Yeah, but you're paying Zeke all that money, and you're going to give him 50% of the reps instead of being a solid RB1, even though he's not deserving. Like,
so you're going to have to look at it tonight, because tonight is going to be the night that shows you, because the Dallas front office said this week that both running backs are as close to 100% as they have been all season together. So tonight is going to be where they start doing their measuring stick to what they feel like they might do for next year. So that's going to be something that's going to be interesting to see in the game.
You know, I hate Dallas, but Tony Pollard, man, I've got a place in my heart for him. And so, like, I hate that he's there, but I hope he wins out that starting job, honestly. Not that I want them to get any better or use my advice to somehow get better, but like I want talent to shine, and he's somebody who deserves to have the light shown on him.
I really feel like that team's gonna get better, because they got a monster draft class on defense this year. I mean, they've got that class together for a while. So
all right, so back from commercial now. I just noticed, and I don't know if I just like don't care, so I haven't noticed before, that their cheerleaders are on the sideline. Last year, with COVID and everything, when I went to the game, their cheerleaders were up in the like ring where they keep the drum that they bang before the game.
Yeah.
And so like all of them were up there because I was like 30 feet from them. That's like where my seats were. All right, so kickoff is up, and he's gonna field it from the 2. And he's back to the 20, the 25. He makes it just past the 30. Kicker fell down. That was like me in soccer. Every time I kicked hard, I went to the ground because I didn't have any upper body strength. It just took me down. Also, the Bears and Seahawks are playing in the snow. I kind of wish Kansas City was a snow game instead. I freaking love snow games. Those are my favorite games. Maybe in Green Bay in the NFC Championship, we'll get a snow game.
Here you go,
Right, 1st and 10 from the 30. They fake the handoff twice. Ben fumbles it. It's picked up, and he's down inside the 10. I just watched Ben contemplate retirement in 10 seconds. Like, just retiring right now. Bears still suck. Steelers offense is a comedy. I am just so happy to see the improvement across the season from this defense. Look, I know the Steelers, like, this isn't a gauge of how good the Chiefs defense is because they don't have an offensive line, like, at all. Yeah, they lost to the Jets today. The Bears are trying to get a top 5 pick. Another team who needs an offensive line. Why does Andy Dalton end up playing backup on all these teams that don't have offensive lines? Because that was Dallas's problem last year.
That was the demise of Cincinnati when they let Whitworth go out to the Rams.
That was a huge mistake, honestly.
Yeah, they didn't want to pay him at 34 years old or whatever, however old he was.
Who cares?
He's still
good.
playing.
He's still good.
And he's a leader on the field.
Rehab with Joe Burrow in LA.
He did?
Yeah. The Bears have the Giants. Oh, yeah, the Giants do have the Bears pick. The Giants, the Eagles, and I think one other team like all have like more than one first-round pick this year. Probably the Jets, if I had to guess. I know it's one other team.
Did you realize next week if Trey Hendrickson records at least half a sack in the game next week, he will tie the most consecutive games with at least a half a sack in a game of 12 of all time in NFL.
I didn't realize it was that big, but I knew it was Jets. Okay, so I thought it was the Jets. I knew that it was a big deal today when he got that sack.
Yeah, he got 2 today.
Though, Josh Johnson played way better than I thought he was going to.
I applauded his game.
But, the Bengals do semi-struggle against quarterback nobody knows. Like, look what Mike White did to the Bengals.
Well, that was defensive coordinator issue that day, I think. I think they thought that they could just sit back and
kind of like the Cardinals or the Lions.
Yeah, I just feel like they didn't. Did
the Lions end up winning today?
No.
They didn't? I think they played Atlanta.
Nope, Atlanta won the game.
Because, they were playing pretty well against Atlanta.
Oh, looky here.
When the Packers win next week, we're the first team to win 13 games 3 seasons in a row. Who do the Packers have next week? I know they close with the Lions, but...
See, Andy Reid's a smart coach, so just saying.
Is it Henny? First and goal. Henny has entered the chat. Let's freaking go. And he fumbled on the first play. It's okay if they don't recover because, it's okay. They got a free ball right there because of Ben Roethlisberger. Vikings. Okay, so did the Vikings win today? They played the Rams. They lost because I watched part of the end of that. I thought they could win that game, honestly. Until, the fourth quarter. I really thought, they had a solid chance. But the Vikings, they're an elite team that just doesn't win games. And the Rams are getting up to speed, where we thought they'd be earlier. He fumbled it again. So it's going to be 3rd and goal now from the 13 because coaches make too many decisions based on the media. That's why Dalton is on the bench. Exactly. That's what we've been saying, Jake, is that Matt Nagy has literally just caved to the media, to the fans, to everybody. And so, Justin Fields shouldn't have touched the field until at least week 6, in my opinion. You have Nick Foles. You have Andy Dalton, 2 veteran QBs that Justin Fields can sit back and just learn from. You need to let the stew cook. You can't eat it cold and not cooked. 3rd and goal, they just run it here. They're just trying to run clock at this point, and they'll kick a field goal.
My God, just running clock with a backup quarterback to kick field goals.
Re-elect Nagy for more. I still like Nagy. He was with the Chiefs not that long ago, and
I like the structure.
Did Patrick Mahomes right? Kept his butt on the bench and let Alex Smith play till week 17. I think Mahomes played like a quarter of a game in week 17.
Yeah, but Kansas City, what did they go 12-4 that year?
12-4, I think. And kick is up and good. So Henny may have fumbled 2 or 3 times, but he still got 3 points for him. That was just like poor coordination. I think if Creed Humphrey is still under center with Henny out there, that's why those fumbles happen. He is a left-handed center that they had to take like extra time working with, and so there could be some confusion there. They switched to Denver and Raiders. Oh, I believe that. I remember when I watched the Tennessee-Kansas City game, they turned that off in like the third quarter and switched to the Bengals game because I had the Bengals game on my phone and the Chiefs game on the TV, and I looked down at the Bengals game after something happened, a play happened with the Chiefs game. I looked down at the Bengals game, I looked back up, and I was like, I was watching the same thing.
Yeah, why would you switch a game that's over that all they got to do is kneel the ball down 4 times and it's done to a game that's got
first losing season as the Bears, right? I think so, yeah. Because they were 8-8 last year, made the playoffs.
I think it's his first season without making the playoffs.
I think you're right.
With a rookie quarterback. He fucking won with Trubisky.
Hey, Trubisky's living his best freaking life right now, honestly. He got the best end of that deal. He gets to sit behind Josh Allen and come in after they've blown out a team and just ride the bench. Like, he's got a good deal right now. I feel like he might have been making a little bit more money in Chicago, but, like, he's fine with it. Las Vegas is playing the Game of Thrones theme. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to actually sit down and watch that show. I just have not. Like, I started, and you can't watch that show on your phone, and that's why I stopped watching it, because I was watching it on my phone. Let it fly, Shane. Are we going to see Mason Rudolph when we come back? The Steelers drive?
Why not? Play Haskins.
They're going to lose, it's possible to come back. I've seen crazier things happen. I watched Peyton Manning play. But, Ben Roethlisberger's not Peyton Manning. I'm sorry.
This week I'm going to watch
The Witcher.
I'm going to watch all of The Witcher. And there was something else that just came out that I want to watch too.
Chad in, he's smiling. He's like, I fumbled twice and I still got 3 points.
What did you do the whole game, Ben?
Yeah, see, I heard that they cut it. In their opinion, they cut it short. So on the kickoff, Ray McLeod returns and he gets hit. We're right past looks like the 15. Andy Reid's won 21 straight games in November and December.
So is Patrick Mahomes.
Well, yeah. I just got a tweet from Adam Schefter. Dallas now has clinched the NFC East. I thought we already knew that. Did they just clinch a playoff spot? Is that what it was? Okay. I knew that clinched something. I thought it said with a win today. So is somebody else in the East? No one in the East is playing right now. How are they just now saying that? They didn't beat Washington yet. They haven't played, they said with a win today, they clinched the East.
Yeah, I was sitting there trying to think of that.
Like, I literally, the tweet just came through from Adam.
And the Eagles won their game today, so.
Yeah, the Eagles won, so that doesn't, I feel like they're still too far behind. 2nd and 7, I missed the first play. Hands off to Harris. He gets an edge, gets near the first down. They might give it to him, but I think it's going to be 3rd and short here. Coming into the week, Packers and Cowboys were the only team in the playoffs. Yeah, because every single team in the AFC stacked on top of each other. There's no separation. The Chiefs were the only AFC 10-win team last week. So 3rd and 1, handed off to Harris and shoots through and gets 6 yards. Washington must have forfeited.
Why would they? I just don't understand why they would send us to this game.
Are you watching Denver too?
Yeah. They took
Oh,
away
I'm still watching the Chiefs game.
Well, you're on Hulu, right?
No.
I'm on
Hulu is what switched me last time.
I'm on CBS.
I'm on CBS through Yahoo. Pats were number 1 seed like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yep, then they lost to the Colts, and they should have won because Carson Wentz tried to give them that game back, and then they lost to Buffalo today. But it's over, like actually over now. What is it?
As soon as they put Chad Henne in the game, they took it off the air. Oh, now we're back.
No, there's still 7 minutes left. 7.5.
They act like the Raiders clinched a playoff spot with that or something.
Did the Raiders win? Last time I saw the score, Denver was leading.
Yeah, the Raiders won 17-2. There's your buddy TJ.
What up, TJ? Put in Dwayne Haskins.
That's what I said.
No, he's quoting you, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, there's 7 minutes left, Tim. They're just running the ball repeatedly. They don't have one bend to throw it.
Yeah, it's turned into. Let's see how fast we can get this game over.
The Chiefs. Philip just messaged and said, LMAO, the Steelers game is so bad they put on the Raiders game on. So they're just gonna. It's hard to call this game. This repeated runs over and over again. They're running the clock out. That was Benny Snell that time and not Najee Harris.
Hey, Deontay caught it without fumbling.
I did. Was it the play before that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm ahead of you. I forget.
Back-to-back weeks with Super Bowl victory dances for the Raiders. Okay, Deontay Johnson caught a pass, gets the first down. So they just said my boy is out for the rest of the game, which is fine because he doesn't have to play right now with a quad injury.
Patrick?
No. Tyrann Mathieu, my boy.
I'm
happy he made the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit early on.
They threw it to Claypool. Claypool's acting like he caught it and almost dropped it, but it definitely hit the ground. So 5:48 left after the incomplete pass. Tampa Bay clinched their division for the first time since 2007. Haskins went 3-10 with Skins. When he's unemployed, I hope he can live in his custom Rolls-Royce Bentley. Honestly, I was kind of excited to see Haskins in Pittsburgh. Like, I feel like he honestly could be a good fit.
Yeah, just.
Like, how different is he than Mason Rudolph? Like, honestly. I feel like Mason Rudolph is like a Jimmy G, but less talented, mixed with a Lamar's kind of physicality, but less talented. Or that's what I meant by Dwayne Haskins, not Mason Rudolph. Yeah, so Pittsburgh's probably going to get a garbage time touchdown here. They're just getting first downs, moving down the field. There's 5 minutes left. They're on like the 35-yard line.
Baltimore has the Rams next week. God dang it.
Tim Buck says the Ravens win.
At home versus the Rams?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, but.
Oh my gosh, when they said it on the announcer said it, he goes, Baltimore has to play the Rams. Like, they're like, oh God. Bears just went up by 1. Sam Bradford with after all the injuries. Okay, that's fair. I think, the only reason Mason Rudolph has had any success because of their coach. Washington hires solid offensive coordinators. Yeah, I feel like Heineke needs a good offensive coordinator because I think he has the ability to be a top 10 QB. He's got the team. He's got the weapons, I should say. And he's got the drive. And Rivera's doing a good job. I don't care what their season looks like. He's done a good job. I mean, they started with Fitzpatrick, and no one's heard a word about him since a week after he got injured. Foles is in. I thought Foles started.
He did.
I was going to say, I think Foles started that game because Fields is hurt and Dalton has COVID or vice versa.
Dalton has a groin or something wrong.
Groin injury, yeah. So he's hurt and Fields has COVID. / rib injury, I think. Hey, the 1 o'clock primetime game is going to be the Chiefs and Bengals game.
We were talking about wonder if they'll get that if that'll flex.
I hope so. I'm really hoping so.
They decide
the Vikings lost today. That might help.
They'll decide that tomorrow, I think.
4 consecutive home games holding their opponent to only under 10 points. Shoo-wee! Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, Norv Turner's son, QBs can't stay healthy. Cowboys clinch because of the strength of victory tiebreaker win. Raiders won. I don't understand. Because they're in different conferences. Or is...
I don't know how that has anything to do with their division win.
I'm not sure.
Cowboys.
All right, 4th and 4. They're going for it. They throw to Johnson and gets a touchdown for 15-yard touchdown. I told you garbage time touchdowns coming right here. I'm happy for them that it took until the last 3 minutes of the game to score a touchdown. Dumb Bears didn't want a top 5 pick, I guess. They don't even get a first-round pick this year, Jake. The Giants have their first-round pick because they traded. Because didn't they trade up to get Fields?
They did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Man, this game turned out into nothing. Did Mahomes look good today? I think
perfect.
So. He looked as good as Joey B, just not as many yards. I'm out of the loop, sorry. Yeah. Well, the only reason I realized that is because someone else had said it either in this stream or the last stream. I don't know. I saw it in the chat when I was not up here. But, yeah, I don't – the Bears are choking for nothing, basically. They're just helping the Giants out. Any game they lose from here on out. NFL needs an NBA draft lottery. I don't know.
I mean, but that lottery is biased, right? You get some, depending on how bad you are, you get so many shots at the number 1 pick or whatever.
Something like that. To be fair, Mahomes played well, but the Steelers sucked in all phases. That's true, but I think they got decent production out of the tight end position that's normally filled with Kelsey. So, that is a bigger win for me anyways. How many passing yards did Mahomes get? I think it was less than 200, wasn't it?
I'm looking.
I got it right here. Stats. Mahomes. Oh, 258. 3 touchdowns. He's 23 for 30. I am sad that Clyde got a collarbone injury. I don't like to hear that. He always gets the worst injuries. Like when they played the Saints last year, he got like split in half.
Yeah, there you go, though. But at least Kansas City's running a 3-back offense. They don't miss a beat going forward because all guys are playing in the scheme.
Their number 4 running back had at least one rushing attempt in this game too. Michael Burton.
That's the fullback, right?
He's listed as running back, but I think he is a fullback.
I think he sets up as a fullback or so. But yeah, true. I mean, he gets in on several plays.
I mean, he doesn't get a lot of play, but he was in this game at least for one play. Can you honestly believe Cincy blows out Ravens twice in one season? I can't.
It's been 7 years.
But how long has it been since they've blown out?
They've never blown them out twice.
Have swept 2 divisional opponents in the same season.
Probably 2015.
They swept two teams in one
Ravens
season.
Ravens and Browns that year, I believe.
Dang.
I believe.
All right, so they kicked it off. McCole takes a return. I like to see how much play he got today. Not on special teams, but offense as well.
Who's that?
McCole Hardman.
Played a lot. He played pretty good today, too.
Yeah, he only had 5 targets, 3 catches, and 31 yards and a touchdown. But, like, I feel like I saw a lot of him, and I like that. And Byron Pringle got the workload with 6 catches and 75 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Swept the Browns, swept the Ravens, and
they hand it off to Gore. He gets 4 or 5. They're just running it. Noah Gray got 2 catches for 12 yards. Blake Bell got a catch for 11 yards. Josh Gordon had 3 targets and 0 receptions. I told you he had a rough day.
Yeah, but they were all tough grabs for him. I mean, they were all tough plays. It wasn't like it was drops, right? Yep, Alex.
9 different people caught passes today for the Chiefs.
It blows me away that I can remember stats like I did. 2015.
Yeah, I did not remember that.
That was the year that they started out 8-0.
8-0 and then finished 8-8.
No, they still won the division that year. They lost to Pittsburgh in the playoffs, 16-18. That was the year that Vontaze Burfict broke. What's his name?
Brown.
Yeah, across the middle, and they got the penalty, and they lost the game by 2 points.
Yeah, Derek Gore had 3 catches for 61 yards.
Played a beast of a game.
Darrell Williams had 3 catches for 30 yards. Yeah, Gore had 1 catch go for 50. Oh, Dave or whoever said it. I just got an update that said they clinched the NFC East due to strength of victory tiebreaker.
Wow, that must mean that just how things doesn't matter how it plays out, the way the schedule plays out. It looks like they'll tie. I got you.
What's up?
But that must be a way down tiebreaker.
Yeah, I know that. No, whatever I was about to say was not going to make sense. What's up, Robert? The longest game in NFL history was 82 minutes and 40 seconds, and it was Chiefs versus Dolphins in a divisional playoff game. And the Dolphins beat the Chiefs 27-24.
Yeah, and we were talking about that, Alex. Holy shit. That the way that they finished that game today against Baltimore seemed kind of unsportsmanlike. Just keep throwing down the field. I think and I don't think Harbaugh will forget that anytime soon. He'll use that to motivate his guys for next year.
Honestly, though, you remember against Denver what Baltimore did at the end of the game? They needed like 10 more rushing yards to get that consecutive streak, which they broke it when they played against like the next week against the Steelers or
I
whoever.
remember.
But the game was well over, and he lined his guys up and made them run to get those yards. See, that's the same thing. So he can't use that.
I guess my level of sportsmanship in my mind is different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought that was like, well, the whole
that's a
debate
good
between
point.
the two coaches afterwards made me laugh, and I thought it was funny, but I was like, those were junk time yards to get that. Like, it's just like Joe Burrow to mix in that deep ball for like 50 yards or whatever.
Yeah, I agree with TJ. That's my whole point, bro. It's exactly the way I felt about it. I was in here bitching. I was complaining about it.
Yeah, I didn't really understand. Like, I was at work, and so I didn't get to sit and just watch as much as I wanted to, but I remember walking out, and I had a light out by a FanDuel, and like I went and I looked over and I saw him throw that deep ball to Mixon, and then they said he had hit 525 yards, and I was like, why? Like, at that point, when they were on 1st and goal, I thought they were just gonna go ahead and put it in the end zone too.
Yeah, TJ, that's exactly how I feel. Right, wrong, or indifferent. I know Harbaugh may not have the same moral, thought process about the game, but that doesn't mean you don't have to stoop to somebody else's level. Just run the ball out, kill the time, be done. You got all the spunk you need from the victory there.
I just got an update from CBS, and it says NFL Insider Notebook, Bengals beatdown of Ravens got personal. I'm going to pull it up because this game is pretty much over.
Yeah, there's not much left.
Maybe it was because Ravens defensive coordinator Wink Martindale said that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase weren't exactly Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams when he addressed the media on Thursday. Maybe it was because the Ravens ran the ball down the Bengals' throat for 404 yards in Week 17 of last season when the home team could do nothing to mitigate it. Maybe it was because Joe Burrow was an odd Pro Bowl snub despite an excellent season coming off an ACL tear last November and lost out to Ravens struggled and injured quarterback Lamar Jackson. Maybe it was just to show a longtime AFC North bully that they could punch back. Maybe it was an indication they were sick of hearing about being the Bungles and squandering opportunities to secure a spot among the AFC's elite. Maybe it was just because. Whatever the reasons for the Bengals' unrelenting beatdown of the battered and tattered Ravens on Sunday, this was a butt kicking that never let up. Cincinnati picked up where it had left off the second half of their Week 7 beatdown of the Ravens in Baltimore and made a point to keep throwing the ball over the field deep in the second half of a blowout against an opponent utterly devoid of starting caliber defensive backs. There was something decidedly personal about this 41-21 unmasking that wasn't nearly as close as the score. There's a lot more on it, but
I mean, those are all really solid points, but it doesn't mean you have to stoop down to a level.
They just said maybe, like they're speculating.
Well, no, I mean, those are all interesting facts that they put out there, right? It's just to kind of play devil's advocate, to somebody that thinks like I do probably. But at the end of the day, just because somebody else is an asshole doesn't mean you have to be one too.
I feel like it's not about them being an asshole this year. It's about them being an asshole all time. But that's just what the article that just came through said. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not
because
defending them. I didn't understand. Like, I just didn't get it. But, okay, so Mason Rudolph is in, I think, if he's number 2,
yep.
and just scrambled for 18. But, I feel like the Pro Bowl snub didn't really make sense because Burrow's playing pretty good coming off an ACL, and they put Lamar in, who has had good games, but he's also, like, done a lot of dumb stuff.
Matthew, part of me was like, yeah, just pour it down their throat. But the sportsmanship side of it says that
Yeah,
that I don't know.
I continuously just ask myself, like, why I didn't understand. Because, I mean, Baltimore played a really good game, like, offensively, for what they had. So, like, and I've been saying this for, like, the last couple weeks, and I had a big debate about it today. Like, I'm honestly impressed with how far Baltimore's come this year.
I agree.
Like, to have 9 wins or 10 wins, however many they have, or 8 wins, whatever, like, is impressive. It's just like how I feel about the Raiders. Like, their 8 wins this season is impressive. If the world hadn't taken a shit on them, I feel like they could have won more games than they did, like the Raiders. And so, like, for everything they're going through, like, I'm more than impressed. And I don't like saying that about, like, division rivals, but it's true. Like, Baltimore and the Raiders have honestly been slightly admirable this season.
Yeah, I mean, I just, yeah, I agree. The Raiders have fought through more adversity, and you want to talk about 2 rabid, passionate fan bases that are absolutely brutal when given the opportunity. So, I mean, there's that too.
If it was Pitt, oh man, I wouldn't feel bad if it was Pittsburgh. I don't care what Pittsburgh team it is. Like, I wouldn't feel bad. Like, that's the only team. That's the exception.
But that's the one thing that Cincinnati's got really going for them going into next season, regardless of how this year turns out. As long as they play a good game at Cleveland on the season finale, is that they absolutely had everybody in their division's number for, to put up that record of right now they're what, 3-1, 4-1, 4-1 in the division right now.
They only have 1 game left, yeah.
And they got Cleveland. That's where it starts. If you want to win, if you want to be the number 1 seed, you got to win your division. You got to learn how to beat the guys in your own division. And that's what they did this year, except for Cleveland.
It could come back and bite them next week when Kansas City comes to town.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. There's this thing called karma, and it's really real. It's an unseen force that's out there, but it will get you.
Like, honestly, like, the wrath of Andy Reid and Mahomes and the ability to not be stopped in the second half of seasons could really come back and bite them for today. Not that I think that Cincinnati can't compete with Kansas City. They're one of the few teams right now I feel like is healthy enough to compete with Cincinnati in the AFC.
I think the game next week will look a lot like the Chargers game.
The Chiefs take the West. The game's over. Sorry we didn't have a play-by-play for the last 8 minutes because it was not worth play-by-playing. Final score, 36-10. Merry Christmas to me because 8 weeks ago I didn't think them taking the West was going to happen. I thought it was the Chargers division. Like, not that I didn't have faith because I still never gave up. Like, I had faith, but I thought it was going to be a lot closer race. I want a playoff win for my bro. Stay out of the clubs. Yeah, like, Joe Burrow coming out and saying, nobody on our team gets COVID because there's nothing to do in Cincinnati is probably one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
I mean, they only had like 2 on their COVID list this week.
I think they've only had like 5 total all year. But I just want a Bengals playoff win. And, they're sitting at number 3 right now. They will stay at number 3 through tomorrow, until the next week. They might not stay at 3 after Kansas City comes to town, but you never know. Like, there's anything can happen. If they play as hot as they played today, they can beat Kansas City.
Historically,
Baltimore is broken down, and so you never know.
yeah, I mean, we don't normally play this well outside our division. I mean, so it's going to be a much tougher game
this year against even if it looked ugly, we played well against the Bears. Not well enough to win, but I think they did play well enough to win the second half. After the 3 picks, they played nearly perfect on offense and defense.
It'll probably look a lot like the Green Bay game. I mean, it'll be I think it'll be a very similar played game. I think there'll be points. We just don't know how they're going to match up because they haven't played in a hot minute.
See, outside of the division, Kansas City's played better against the NFC than the AFC this year. They've lost to Baltimore. They lost to Tennessee. They lost to the Bills. And granted, that was during their big slump of the season. But, when they played against Green Bay, I know it was Jordan Love, but they beat Green Bay. They played – the Chiefs are the first AFC team to clinch a playoff spot. I'm trying to think of who else they played within the AFC. Oh, they played the Browns. They did beat the Browns, but that was a tough game in week 1. And then they just beat the Steelers. So I don't know. They have played not so good against the better teams in the AFC.
I just think it's going to
really well against the NFC.
I think it's going to be one of those low 20s, high teens, somewhere maybe between 18 and 30 points for either team. Nobody's going to play dominant. It's probably just going to be that way. Or
I hope it's a shootout. I hope it's like the Chargers-Browns game.
That's what I'd like to see, but
I want to see 80 points scored in this game.
Yeah, don't look now, but the Bills are back on top and control their own destiny.
The Bills are basically tied with the Patriots right now. They just have a couple more wins within the division, which is why they're atop. Yeah, they lost to the Bills, the Ravens, the Titans. Herbert scares me. Yeah, I mean, Herbert's an absolute stud. If they build on the team they have right now and Brandon Staley is not, learns how to tone it down a little bit, they're going to win more games.
But you know what? He's a new head coach, and you got to admire his.
I admire how far he came as his first year head coach, with a young quarterback. Honestly. See y'all in a couple hours. I'm in it for the marathon today.
Yep,
yeah,
Jake.
I feel horrible. I wasn't really part of most of it, but I'm happy to be here now. I caught the worst part of the game.
That's kind of how that Bengals game felt a lot like that. The first half was fun. Second half, I just wanted it to be over.
He sticks to his philosophy. Yeah, I like Burrow. I like Herbert. I like them both, actually. They're both studs, in my opinion. But I think it's going to be a fun game, honestly. As long as nobody gets hurt, I'm happy with the outcome. Just the outcome. I don't care what it is. As long as no one gets hurt. Next week, that is. I'll just be there for a good time.
All right, I'm going to roll.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close this down. The game starts at 8:20, I believe it said. I got it shown for 8:10 or 8:15. I'll be on there at one of those times. This guy will probably be in and out, and Miami beats Titans.
I'm looking forward to this game tonight.
Tomorrow.
These next 2 games I look forward to. I think they're both going to be good.
Yeah, I'm ready for this week. I mean, I'm ready for next week, I guess. We're getting so close to the end of football, so we're all going to curl up into our depression hole once that happens. But, I'm going to go ahead and close this down. You got anything to say? You ran this stream the longest, so I'll let you say your last.
Dave, Jake, Wink, TJ, TJ later, Matthew, all you guys that was in here most today. Kathy's gone now. You guys, both of these games today were very difficult to sit through in a way, even though they both turned out the way I wanted them to. I appreciate the commentary and helping keep me going because they were kind of slow in a lot of ways. I was a little ticked off in the fourth quarter during the Bengals game. Thanks for listening to me rant. I still think I'm right. We'll see how it boils out, the media this week. It ought to be interesting to see what the media says about it going forward. I can't wait to go back and watch the Bengals post-game interview stuff and see how they talk about it all this week on the talk shows. But thank you guys for the day. Truly appreciate you.
All right. I will see you guys at 8:20.